Welcome to our channel, where we explore the darkest corners of true crime history. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most infamous domestic terrorists in American history, the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. Early life and education. Ted Kaczynski was born on May 22, 1942, in Illinois to a middle-class family. His early life seemed ordinary, but he exhibited exceptional intelligence and curiosity from a young age. Kaczynski's parents encouraged his intellectual pursuits, and he began attending Harvard University at just 16 years old. At Harvard, Kaczynski excelled in mathematics, earning his undergraduate degree in 1962. He then went on to earn his PhD in mathematics from the University of Michigan at just 25 years old. Kaczynski's academic achievements were impressive, but his social life suffered. He became increasingly withdrawn and isolated, struggling to connect with his peers. Beneath his brilliant mind, Kaczynski harbored a deep-seated anger towards technology and modern society. He began to reject the values of the world around him, feeling disillusioned with the effects of industrialization and technological advancements. This growing resentment would eventually fuel his violent crusade as the Unabomber. The Unabomber Manifesto. In 1971, Ted Kaczynski began his campaign of terror, sending homemade bombs to universities and airlines. Over the next 2 decades, he carried out a series of attacks that killed 3 people and injured 23 others. But it was his 35,000-word manifesto, published in the New York Times and the Washington Post in 1995, that revealed the full extent of his anti-technology ideology. Kaczynski's manifesto outlined his belief that technology was the root of all modern societal problems. He argued that it had led to the erosion of individual freedom and the destruction of the natural world. He called for a revolution to overthrow the technological system and return to a primitive, agrarian way of life. The manifesto was a chilling warning of Kaczynski's intentions and a glimpse into his twisted mind. It was also a clever tactic, as it allowed him to spread his ideology and gain notoriety. The FBI, who had been investigating Kaczynski for years, were shocked by the manifesto's sophistication and realized they were dealing with a highly intelligent and calculating individual. The FBI investigation. The FBI launched a massive investigation into the Unabomber's activities, but Ted Kaczynski's cunning and intelligence made him an elusive target. The agency was faced with a series of complex and cryptic clues, including a mysterious manifesto and a trail of misleading evidence. Despite their best efforts, the FBI struggled to identify the Unabomber and bring him to justice. It wasn't until 1995, when Kaczynski's brother David recognized his writing style in the manifesto, that the FBI finally got their breakthrough. David Kaczynski had been worried about his brother's increasingly radical views and had previously tried to convince him to seek help. He now realized that his brother was the Unabomber and contacted the FBI. With this new information, the FBI was able to close in on Ted Kaczynski. They tracked him to a remote cabin in Montana, where he was living off the grid. On April 3, 1996, FBI agents arrested Kaczynski, bringing an end to his 25-year reign of terror. The Unabomber's capture was a major victory for the FBI, but it also raised questions about how such a dangerous individual had been able to evade detection for so long. Arrest and trial. Ted Kaczynski's arrest in 1996 marked the end of his campaign of terror. He was subsequently charged with numerous federal charges related to the Unabomber attacks. Kaczynski's trial was a highly publicized event, with many fascinated by the contrast between his intelligence and his brutal actions. In 1998, Kaczynski agreed to a plea deal, avoiding the death penalty in exchange for life in prison without parole. He was sentenced to for consecutive life terms, plus 30 years, and was incarcerated in the ADX Florence Supermax prison in Colorado. Kaczynski's incarceration has been marked by his continued anti-technology views and his refusal to participate in prison programs. He has also been the subject of controversy, with some arguing that his sentence was too lenient and others criticizing his continued isolation. Despite this, Kaczynski remains a fascinating and complex figure, with his case continuing to raise questions about the nature of terrorism and the impact of technology on society. The Unabomber's legacy is a dark one, marked by the lives lost and the fear he inspired. However, his case has also led to increased awareness of the dangers of domestic terrorism and the importance of addressing the root causes of extremist ideologies. As a cultural figure, Kaczynski continues to fascinate and horrify, a reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked radicalism. Conclusion: the Unabomber's case serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers of extremism and the importance of addressing the root causes of terrorism.